So the story starts, and we are shown that a woman is talking to her husband. Here her husband tells her that he is very worried about his job. Here he tells that some of his friends and the people of the company have cheated him and snatched a project from him, due to which he has suffered a huge loss, and after saying this he leaves again for his job and then goes to his office cabin and tries to commit suicide. Now when his wife comes to know about this, she goes straight to the office of the company and talks to them, and comes here and asks these people about her husband, where she comes to know that her husband is dead, and the person responsible for her death is a man from her office who had snatched her husband's project from her. Now after this we see that she goes to her husband's cabin, which now belonged to another man who had cheated her husband. And after reaching there, when she searches, she finds many documents there, and from them she also extracts some details of her husband, where she comes to know that the man who had snatched her husband's job had a wife, and his wife at his house. The son lives there, and he also needs a coaching teacher. Now taking advantage of this, the woman reaches his house and also has a fake appointment letter, and now she was ready at his house to give coaching, and from now on, she starts living at his house. Now we see that this woman reaches David's house and starts the work of giving education to his son, and here she awakens the desires of his son with her murderous hatred, which is seen in later. The boy's atmosphere starts deteriorating, but he somehow controls himself. Now we see that at night, when the woman changes her clothes, this boy is secretly watching her, and while doing so, he is having a lot of fun. He was coming, but by then the boy's maid comes there and starts asking him to leave from there, due to which the boy's mood gets worse. Now next morning we will see another new trick of this woman, where she mixes some drugs in the girl's mom's tea, and then from there she goes straight to her son, where she takes him alone with her, where she calls him Babwasona. After which the next morning we see that now when the boy returns from his school, he immediately sees his teacher, and while searching for her, he goes near her and gets attached to her, and after reaching her, he shows her his result, where he tells that now he is passed, and for this he wants to fuck with the girl. After which now his teacher also makes it easier for him to do his work, and she romances with him the whole night. Now here we are. On the other hand, we see that the boy's mother was also very upset, after which her husband becomes very sad after seeing her in this condition, and he goes alone and starts playing pool, but by then the teacher comes there and tells the boy. She starts to trap her father also, due to which this man's antenna gets ready. Let us tell you that this is the same man who had forced her husband to die, and here both of them have a lot of romance. But while such a program is being held, their son sees it from outside, after which he becomes very angry with his teacher. Now the next morning it is shown again that the teacher is again mixing drugs in the wax tea of that boy, after which she immediately enters his boy's room. Here if she says that I know you are very angry with me, but it is not my fault because your father forced me to do this. Now after hearing this later, this boy agrees, and here his weapon also gets ready for the second round. After which now both of them were going to start again for the night. Now in the next morning it is shown that the health of this boy's mom is even worse. She had become worse, and her teacher has come again early in the morning to give her the medicine of intoxicating tea, but this time as soon as she drinks the tea, she understands that something has definitely been mixed in her tea. In the same night, we are shown that the teacher switches off all the lights of the house to kill the boy's mother, after seeing which the woman gets very scared, and then her husband also comes near her, and now she tells things to her husband, but her husband does not believe her because she is very drunk due to drugs. Now next morning we see that the teacher again tries to kill her mom, and here these things happen. There is a very intense fight between the two. Now here we are shown the father of the boy who had usurped his partner's office by betraying him. Here he is shown a photo of his friend in the cabin, after seeing which he understands that he realizes that the woman who is in his house is his own wife, and she has come there only to feed those people. After seeing which, he understands the whole matter and immediately starts running towards his house, and now he comes home and sees that the teacher was about to kill his wife, but till then, he pushes the teacher and throws her out of the house, after which the police also comes to his house, but the teacher absconds from there. Now the next morning it is shown that the man calls his son, where he calls his son to his house, but how did he know that so much scandal has happened at home? Saying this, he hangs up the phone, and it is here that we come to know that there is no one else with her son but his teacher, and her next target is her son, and showing this story ends here.